As many of you guys know, there's a lot of deals that go on Black Friday that actually aren't deals. And as someone who does daily PC building planning and all kinds of PC builds and is in the tech space all the time, I'm here to tell you guys what deals actually exist. So what I did today is I went on Amazon and Newegg and I went through all the PC hardware components that are on sale today, and I chose the ones that I actually think are actually good deals that you're gonna actually save some money on if you did purchase some deals today, and others that aren't really good deals. So we're gonna first start with Amazon, and we're gonna go straight into Newegg and then talk about all the parts that I think are actually pretty good and worth picking up. All right guys, and we are now in Amazon, and we have here the Intel Core i7-12700K, and I honestly think this is a really good solid deal that I don't see normally set out for this price on the 12700K, and 187 is really solid for the amount of cores and threads you're getting, and honestly, in terms of stability and overall performance for your money, I still think 12th gen is really solid. It compares pretty nicely with anything in terms of any 40 series GPU up to like a 4070 Ti Super. Anything higher than that, I'd probably end up just going AM5 and going with like a 7800X3D, 9800X3D, but 12700K is really solid, especially for this price point. You can find some pretty good complementary hardware as well for these prices here. So honestly, 12700K is pretty good. It's probably the only Intel CPU I'd recommend in the lineup right now. So next up is gonna be this Gigabyte B650 Eagle AX. And honestly, I can't remember how close this normally sits in price off of sale, but this is definitely a pretty solid deal in terms of a good B650 ATX motherboard. In terms of power output and everything, it has a 12+2+2 phase power design, which is pretty solid for the price. Honestly, the best you can get for an ATX size motherboard at this price point. It's got some good VRM coverages as well, so it's gonna keep everything nice and cool on the motherboard. 4 RAM slots, plenty of USB, fan hookups, ARGB headers, all that good stuff. This motherboard pretty much has it all. And if you're looking for a good budget motherboard that's not gonna be up past 150, this is really solid. If you wanted to go a little nicer, this is the actually motherboard that I have in my own PC, and this is the Gigabyte B650 Orange Elite AX. This is version 2. And it's 167 right now. I think most of the time they're gonna be sitting around 189. This is just a little nicer than my motherboard. It's not like marginally better, but it's definitely got the same 12+2+2 phase power design. A little bit nicer in terms of the aesthetics on the board. It's got a little more covers, and yeah, overall, maybe a couple more hookups and like slightly better I/O, but aside from that, it's pretty good. I really love this motherboard at home, and it's probably as best you can get for the B650 for the price. So next up is gonna be RAM, and we have the Crucial Pro DDR5 32GB 6000 MHz kit. Now, this is CL36 rating, so basically a cast latency of 36. Not the best, but in terms of Crucial Pro RAM, a lot of people do really like this RAM, and this one is on sale right now, definitely. Most of the time, this RAM's gonna be sitting around like $95+ dollars, so being down at 83 bucks is definitely a Black Friday deal. Now, if it were me, I would probably go, if you're just going for black straight up RAM, unless you like really care about the kind of RAM that you have. Team Group has a 32GB kit of black, just Vulcan Z, and this is super cheap. So we'll pull it up right here. So yeah. This isn't really on sale, so I mean, couldn't really like put it into the video, but Vulcan Z DDR5 32 gigs, CL38, so not, again, it's not the best, but 6000 megahertz, which is 79 bucks, which is crazy good. Let me see what their CL30 kit is right now, because that is pretty good if I remember. Yeah, so it's 87 bucks. I think I got it recently for 79 bucks as well, but 79 bucks, it's still really solid if you can pick it up if you don't care too much about the cast latency, but 38 is still not terrible, but yeah, definitely Crucial RAM is on sale right now if you wanted to pick some of that up yourself. If not, if you still wanted to go even cheaper, Team Group has you covered. And then the last thing that I found on Amazon that I think is a pretty good deal right now if you're going to go with the Mini ITX platform is the Cooler Master NR200. This is a Mini ITX case that fits pretty much almost anything you want to put in there in terms of AIOs and GPUs. So yeah, this one's pretty solid. 49 bucks for an ITX case from Cooler Master. This is the lowest recorded price in a while from the ITX guys that I've seen on YouTube say that they're normally priced at. So yeah, this is definitely a good pickup if you wanted a nice budget ITX case. Now, if you wanted the Fractal Terra, I don't know whenever this changed, but normally it's $179, and they usually stick pretty close to their MSRP. Right now it's $139, so if you were looking at a more premium ITX case, the Terra is not a bad option for you if you wanted to, you know, take advantage of some savings there, because normally it's $179, and I have not seen it at $139 yet. So yeah, overall on Amazon, I didn't find as much as I was expecting to see for Black Friday today, but honestly, in terms of like CPUs and a couple other things, they're pretty much lackluster, I will say. I think there are a couple more deals on Newegg, because Newegg usually runs a few more deals on tech-related stuff. Amazon's more like broad, obviously, because they're not focusing more on tech. So I know the 5700X from Ryzen on AM4 is supposed to be a really good deal. 150 is pretty average, so I don't know if I'd go out of my way to get this. And no motherboard, CPU, RAM combos on Amazon either. So, but yeah, without any further ado, we're gonna go over to Newegg now and see about their deals. Starting off with the 7800 XT. $449 is really solid. I will say I have seen them creep down to like $439, $429 at very, very select points. This was like a thing around Prime Day. So currently for Black Friday, the Challenger series from ASRock is a pretty solid GPU. $449 though, that's really good. I think for a 1440p card like the 7800 XT, that's really solid. And yeah, I mean, this is a pretty nice little two-fan design, and I wouldn't complain for this price. An honorable mention past the 7800 XT is also gonna be the 7700 XT. This card is getting very, very cheap nowadays at $389, same Challenger model from ASRock, and that's some really good price to performance. If you wanted to get a bit of a nicer one, I mean, 10 extra bucks, or hey, 10 less dollars, you can get the three-fan 7700 XT, which is really good. 10 extra dollars from the 389, you can get the Steel Legend. I mean, overall, I don't think these are on, that's not really on much of a sale aside from the Speedster Quick 319 right here. But aside from like price performance, it's still like a really good GPU if you're looking to just do an all-rounded 1440p entry-level GPU. Next up for storage, I wanted to point out the Team Group MP44L. This is a Gen 4 NVMe that I've used quite a lot at PC Bros, and honestly, in terms of price to performance, it's gonna do the job just fine. It is just a basic Gen 4 NVMe. It's got decent read and write speeds, and most of the time it sits around 57 bucks. So being down $25 off is not very, you know, truthful. I will say this is pretty standard for this Gen 4 drive. $99 for the 2TB NVMe is pretty good though. It normally sits around 108. So if you wanted to get a 2TB NVMe, I would definitely pick up this one right here. And honestly, with how big games are nowadays, I think spending extra money to get a 2TB Gen 4 like this one is probably worth it. If you wanted to go for more of a name brand Gen 4 NVMe that has some better read and write speeds, I picked out this one, the Samsung 990 EVO Plus. 79 bucks is pretty solid. I know they have the regular EVO, which is I think this one right here, for $69, and that is on a pretty good deal. That does happen a lot for this EVO drive around Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and Amazon Prime days and things like that. So on normal big sales that these retailers run, this 990 EVO does go down to 69 bucks. So 69 bucks for a Samsung drive is pretty solid. But honestly, I think I would go for the 990 EVO Plus here, because it's 10 extra bucks and you get 7150 megabytes per second read and write speeds. So that's pretty solid in terms of Gen 4 NVMe's compared to the 5000 for the fast one. So yeah, 1 terabyte for 79 bucks, 2 terabytes, it's kind of getting up there. I'd probably just get the Team Group at that point because it's a pretty marginal difference. But yeah, 1 terabyte if you're just looking for one, maybe upgrade or something like that, this is pretty solid. Next up for GPUs, on the continuation of them at least, this is the MSI RTX 4070 Ti Super. And yeah, $739 after the $10 rebate card. Honestly, I wouldn't really count that rebate card as legit. It'll work. It does take some work though from you know, yourself to get that $10 off. Someone like me, I'm kind of lazy. I wouldn't even like go through the trouble of doing that. So I'm just talking about the $749 price. You can get it for $739 if you put in the extra work. But yeah, $749 for the 4070 Ti Super. That is pretty solid compared to its normal $799 MSRP. You don't see these going below that MSRP quite often. I know we are at end of 40 series life before the 50 series comes out. So this is probably, in terms of the NVIDIA lineup, the best price you can get on a 4070 Ti Super. Now, I don't know about the color because it looks like it'd be just black, but it has like this brown coloring to it. I need to see some pictures from individual people, but it does this thing where, you know, it's like, oh, it's all the MSI cards. But yeah, I think you'd be fine with coloring if you're not like too fond on aesthetics. But if it ended up coming to my house and it was brown, I'd be kind of upset. So just keep that in mind if you are looking for 4070 Ti Super. This is a pretty good priced one. As long as you know you won't take the gamble on the brown color scheme. Next up for motherboards on the AM4 platform, this is my favorite AM4 motherboard by far. This is the ASRock B550M Pro 4. And overall, in terms of price to performance, what you get from this motherboard is really good. 79 bucks normally gets you like the HDVs and the budget motherboards on AM4 still. But this is a really good board with 4 RAM slots, plenty of I/O on the left here, and also ARGB connections and pretty good power delivery to the CPU and a nice setup of VRM covers. So yeah, this is a really nice motherboard. Not many boards you're gonna see with these features on a motherboard under the $100 price, or even for AM4 still. So I really love this motherboard. Normally it goes around like $99, so 79 bucks is pretty good. I have seen it drip down to like $74.99 for like one time of this whole year. So 79 bucks is still a really good deal. It is also free delivery, which it normally is like $5 delivery, so you save a bit of money there. And if I was doing an AM4 board, I would be definitely picking this board up. All right, next up is the Fractal North. Now, I'm a little biased here. This is my own personal PC case. I actually bought one myself, and I actually bought it at the $140 price point that it MSRP's at. Again, Fractal doesn't do too many deals and sales on their cases, so seeing this at 109 bucks is pretty pretty solid. In terms of the reviews online and everything, this has been proven to be one of the best overall PC cases in terms of overall, in my opinion, aesthetics, performance, and price. So I will say that this is definitely a good pickup. I do like the Fractal North a lot. There's a couple things I don't like about it, like this flat piece of just aluminum on the side here. It kind of sucks about it, and the glass is tinted. I'm personally someone that does not like tinted glass, but you know, that's all I come with it for the tempered glass version. So it is a sacrifice you got to be making, but overall, I still think it's a really good pickup. $109 is really solid. It does come with the 2 pre-installed 140mm fans in the front, and that's pretty much it. But yeah, overall, pretty good price on this case right now. Nothing much else to say about it. It's a very popular case, and there's a good reason for it. Next up, we're gonna do some power supplies, and this is pretty much like everyone's go-to when it comes to Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Prime Day sales, anything like that. These are the MSI Mag A650 and 750 GL power supplies. Overall, this is a pretty good power supply, and $69 after the $10 rebate. That's pretty solid for a 750 watt power supply, and this is rated pretty good, actually. I think it's either B tier for the golds on the Cultist Network, so that's pretty solid for a $69 price point. Can't go wrong with the 750 GL. And then going over to the 650 watt, we have the MSI Mag A650BN. This is the 80 plus bronze one, so you are gonna lose a bit of energy efficiency there, and but this one's still a really good deal in terms of what you're getting. A lot of people love this power supply for its reliability. You can get a Seagate 650 watt if you wanted to get the same price, but for this one, I'd say it's probably just a little bit better. At $49, it is definitely on sale, so I definitely pick up the 650 watt if you're looking to plan a PC build. And yeah, basic power supply. It is non-modular, so you're gonna have all those cables, but compared to like the Seagate type that we always use all the time, it's not gonna have as many cables, which can be a nicer thing for cable management. And lastly, I wanna talk about the 7600. So the Ryzen 5 7600, right now it is $25 off with promo code. I will say that is probably like the lowest price I've ever seen the 7600, like $178.99. That's a really good price for a nice AM5 CPU. Honestly though, if you're looking for best price to performance, I'm shocked that they don't have this deal that they had earlier in the month, where you could buy a 7600 and you could also get a Gen 4 NVMe for free. That was definitely a more superior deal, which they are not running anymore on Black Friday. So if you got it early, if you picked up a 7600X or 7600 early, you could have gotten a free NVMe, but $25 off is okay. But I still wouldn't wait out for the next one if you're still looking to build a PC right now. Still a pretty good deal, but yeah, it is just unfortunate that they don't have that good deal with the free NVMe in there, because that definitely made this deal pretty sweet. But Black Friday isn't terrible this year. It's kind of the same that they've been doing pretty much all year though. So like other sales like Prime Day and like the Newegg Big Fantastic sale, these are very similar deals from those sales, which I kind of expected. Black Friday is definitely not what it used to be for these big retailers. I think the deals are definitely in these smaller businesses that are running actual sales. But overall, there's still some pretty good savings. They can save you about like maybe $100 whenever you're looking to plan a PC build. So okay, that's pretty much gonna wrap up this video on Black Friday deals that I think actually exist. If you enjoyed this video or you found any value out of it, or again, if I missed any that you think are definitely worth noting, be sure to leave them down in the comments below, because I do want to see which ones I missed. Obviously, I took about like 25 minutes to look and see the ones that I normally buy and see if they're any cheaper. So if you have any deals that you think are really worth sharing, please let me know down in the comments below. But thanks for watching, if you all did, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.